Today we're diving into a corrosion control strategy that, on the surface, makes perfect sense, but in practice can actually make things worse. This is a story about pigging, batching, and the hidden damage that occurs when we treat one as a checkbox instead of an integrated system. Let's start with the basics. In a central Alberta well field, as far back as 2021, the Inhibition program was designed around best practices. Before each batch injection of corrosion inhibitor, a brush pig was deployed to sweep out solids and clean the line. That step is critical, because if solids are left behind, the inhibitor can't reach the steel. Worse, it can bond with the solids and set up corrosive microenvironments. So in theory, this strategy should work. But here's the problem: pigging frequency. If the brush pig is only run every few months, that gives plenty of time for solids to settle, accumulate, and form deep pits, especially in low-velocity zones or risers where flow stagnates. By the time the pig comes through, it may no longer be able to dislodge all that embedded debris. What happens next? The batch inhibitor, meant to protect the pipeline, instead coats over the remaining solids. It doesn't penetrate. It doesn't neutralize. It traps corrosive species underneath and accelerates the very thing it was designed to prevent. This is what we call supercell corrosion. In some well-filled pipeline failure case studies, corrosion rates reached up to 250 times the expected baseline, because the batch inhibitor interacted with solids that were never fully removed. This isn't just a chemical failure, it's a systems failure. It's the result of applying good strategies in isolation, without considering how they work together. Pigging, batching, flow regime, solids behavior. These aren't menu items, they're a chain. And when one link breaks, the whole system fails. So what's the fix? First, recognize that continuous inhibitors don't work in deeply corroded lines. They can't reach into pits. They can't protect stagnant film zones. If a pipeline already has a history of UDC, switching from continuous to batch inhibition is smart, but only if solids are reliably removed first. Second, match the pigging frequency to the solid's loading rate. If you're producing from a field prone to biomass, scale, or formation debris, you can't afford long intervals between cleaning runs. Deep pits can form fast, and once they do, it's almost impossible to clean them out with conventional pigs. Third, revisit your batch timing. Don't inject just because it's Tuesday. Inject after cleaning, when the steel is exposed and the inhibitor has a chance to actually do its job. And finally, don't overlook the well. If you're seeing slugging, transient gas breakthrough, or inconsistent flow rates, especially from newer horizontal fracs, those are red flags. Solids may be mobilizing during steady-state production, not just during restarts. In that case, even perfect batching won't save you, because the solids just keep coming. This is why we're calling for more than just better chemical strategy. We need a rethinking of downhole pump design, a move towards smoothing flow, minimizing surges, keeping solids in place or lifting them only when we're ready to handle them. We know the mechanism, we know the failure mode. We've seen it in central Alberta and beyond. Now the question is, will leadership step up? That's where real change happens, not in the lab, not in the ILI report, but in the field, and in the decisions that drive how field teams are supported. Thanks for listening.